she couldn't be here?
I don't think. Let me look. My brain is like needing oxygen this morning.
Yeah. You were closing like 54 shows last night or something.
I'm in overload. Brain overload.
Suzanne and Sarah both responded they would be on.
Huh.
Suzanne might be talking to her mom.
Shaq.
Yeah. Yeah, and Wendy said she wasn't sure.
Right.
And I'll only be here for a little bit.
Yeah. So what were we supposed to talk about? I feel like there was something that we were supposed to talk about. Struggling.
I don't remember.
Was it the first quarter goals? You have something to share?
I do.
Share away.
We had one of my directors resigned directorship.
Oh.
It's okay.
I was getting ready to say, is that a bad thing though? Let's feel this one out for a second.
Yeah, this is somebody who has been, I mean, she struggled with directorship since the moment she took it 3 years ago. Because she wasn't someone who really liked leading and supporting others. Which was evident when she came to me, thankfully, she came to me before she did anything. And when she wanted to share on our leader call last Tuesday that she was leaving directorship, and I said, I'd be glad to do that, but have you spoken to your 2 directors yet to let them know? And she said, no. And I said,
she had 2 downline directors, and she's still.
Wow.
And I said, I can't let you share. I can't let them hear it on that call for the first time. If you do one-on-one with them, then yes, you can share with the rest of the leaders. So she did. And she did what, Diana?
Good for you that you addressed that.
Yeah. Well, but to me, that was just really indicative of how disconnected from leadership she was, that wasn't, she said, oh, I didn't even think about that. So she's been struggling and we've been struggling with her leadership for quite some time. So what that does is it puts 6 leaders in first gen and now 1 in second. So we've moved what we need in order to re-promote, but I'm not, you know what, we're not strong. I'm really not pushing for it because I'm not interested in struggling.
Well, you have to be okay with that,
Yep.
Oh, I'm so okay with it. And I said to my national, I said, I told her that Lauren resigned and I said, and that, I'm not in any hurry to do it because they're not strong.
And you want to be strong. Good for you.
Parts falling in place, Yep.
Yeah, I'm more interested in shifting the conversation. What we're working on as an organization, a leadership team, is shifting the conversation from the $5,000. We have a $5,000 mentality.
Absolutely.
Not we, but there's a collection of, and so I'm talking with them. You guys know about the cliff and all of that stuff. So we had one director who didn't do it this month, and 3 that were over 5 but less than 6.
Oh, I've got those too.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not really. And they keep saying, when are we re-promoting? And I finally realized I'm going to say to them, we're not re-promoting until we're strong.
Right.
That's a good.
It takes a village.
Yep.
Village.
I think that's a good lesson all around though for your team and for your downline directors, because so many times we push to promote and then we lose our title, a couple months later. Because your personal business suffers, your personal business isn't where it's supposed to be, and you have to lead by example, and then what are you leading? You're leading your people out to drown, basically. That's all you're doing.
And
here she is.
I've been I've been in the exec chair before, and it's like whack-a-mole because you have to have all 8 green. And so if you have one that's not here, but they are the next, it's like, so I'm just not even interested at this point until we're stronger. But I am excited by the change in the structure.
Yep. Good. Good.
It's a good thing.
'Cause
Absolutely.
we have more potential for promoting second gens than we did first gens out of the people that were in my personal team. So,
Cool.
Awesome. Growth is growth, right?
mhm.
No matter how you get it.
I'm sorry I'm late to the party. You had somebody
Morning,
roll up. Yvette, is that what
Yeah,
happened?
Lauren resigned her directorship.
Okay. And so you've got people coming up.
Yeah, she had 2 directors, so they rolled, one replaced and one added, filled the need for the 6 in first gen. And I think she has 9 team members.
Okay.
So, yep.
Awesome. So is there any hot pressing issues that anybody wants to talk about? Any subjects that anybody needs guidance with?
It's
Sarah.
not pressing, but I now have less than 8,000. I believe. I'm not
Yay!
official yet for Pampered Chef, but it looks like less than 8,000. That's going to be like 4 times what I did last year in May.
Yay. I'll win.
You put out a daily update.
Oh, I will this month because it's the last month. And I
Yeah.
just,
Everyone on board. You can do it.
You can
And
do
what's
it.
the shows on the calendar, Sarah?
I have more than I did last month. I have room for more, but May's a challenging month. And I've even told my team, I made a post about that. I said, we all know May's a challenging month because of Mother's Day, graduations, blah, 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 blah. I said, but we rise above.
But it's a big month for buying stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah, I know.
talk about it that way.
No, I know. But I wanted them to know because they beat, I set the goal for 16 active consultants for this month. We did it.
Good.
Ooh,
We
good.
also beat our sales goal by almost 3,000.
Wow.
So I'm like, woo, for the team.
Sarah, when was the last time you did your own show?
I will
virtual
be
party.
doing another one again May 3rd, but the last one was the first Thursday, April 5th.
That was
The
your
one
own
before
show?
that- Yes. And the one
What do
before
you think
that was
about doing like a post appreciation show?
I haven't done that per se.
Like,
I've thought about that. I haven't done that, but I'm sticking to doing my own show at this point, simply because my thought process is it'll take a little while, and I get that. So this is my 4th month. I've done February, March, and April. May will be my 4th month. And then, but my thought process is that behind that, people will start, like I'm doing fajita fiesta this time. And I may do grilled salads next time. So just kind of having more of a theme stuff. So I'm tweaking a lot of that kind of thing as far as what I'm doing with that. And that interest is starting to grow. People are starting to kind of, it's nothing more than being consistent. When we're consistent in our businesses, people know to reach out to us. When we're not, they have no idea if we're still a consultant or not.
Right. Well,
So-
did you see the post on my page about the guinea pig for the live Facebook party?
Yep. And I have posted about that right now. People are not, if they're say anything about that, it's actually happening at the live cooking parties where they're indicating an interest in that. And so, but as far as online, not very much reception to that, which is fine because that's really not my favorite. But that doesn't mean I don't offer it. So I still offer it, and who knows, I may have some takers this month because May is kind of crazy as far as schedule stuff. And I'm gonna do them in groups because of the new third-party app posting stuff, and just see what happens with that. But be very adamant about them inviting people, not just adding them.
Right.
Well, there's a new feature that's, I don't know if you guys are aware about it though. I mean, I've always done my virtual parties in groups.
Uh-huh.
So when they add people, they actually get a notification that they can leave it immediately. So it's not like they're being
Right.
added and forced in there.
Mhm.
They actually have a say in it now, which I really love.
Mhm.
So I think when you explain that to your host, they're a little bit, they're like, oh, okay. So it's giving them an option basically.
Right, but I still want them to personally message people because there are people who might have said yes to being in that group for the purpose of the party. But when they're just added, they're like,
Well,
I mean, that's how I am with some groups. I'm like, seriously, how many lip sync groups do I need to be in? Or how many color street groups? Or how many blah, 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 blah. So, and sometimes I have to go and look. Like there was one group that I was added to, which is actually a party, not a group, but it's a friend of mine who's a multiple time user as far as parties. And she is hosting a Color Street party. Well, it's in a group, and I looked at that and I thought, okay, yet another consultant in my contact group now with Color Street or whatever, which is fine. I don't care. It's a great product. I'm wearing it. And, but I just thought, ugh, until I realized looking through the post, it wasn't her becoming a consultant. It was her hosting the party. So whatever was titled in the group, I either missed some verbiage that would have made me think this is an event versus I'm now a consultant. Here's my selling group.
Right. Well, I have something to share with you guys. Actually, I have a couple things. One is a fun thing, and one is I'm still wrapping my brain around it thing. But the first thing is one of the girls on my team took an online Facebook training thing 2 weeks ago. And she called me last week, and she can see a difference after she's done this. And this has a lot to do with groups. She said that they were told during this training that they actually, all of the groups, they told her, go in, all the past groups that you are in that you are not active in, leave them, get out of them. Because if you're not active in them, or like if you have parties, like Becky does all her parties, if you are not physically active in those parties, they bring your personal algorithms down. That's why you're not, nobody's commenting on your stuff. They're not seeing your stuff on your personal, because all of those groups are bringing your personal algorithms down. So you need to
because you're stretched out. You're stretched out. It's like an umbrella, basically.
Yeah. And so
it's like bad credit.
Can I get some clarity on that? So like I love my brownie pan. I love my ice cream maker.
Yep.
Okay. And the groups that you did as a consultant, or should you go in and just comment on those?
If you did them as parties, and here's the thing, if they were parties, and I went and I left all of them, because I'm not using them anymore. And like I went, because I do events now anyway, but a couple times I went back and like commented what the updated special was and stuff, and people were like bitching at me, for lack of a different description. You know, why is this party, why do you keep commenting in here? Because this party's over. And that kind of stuff. So I just went in and left all of them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
And because I also hate being added to groups. I hate it so bad. And so I started doing events a couple years ago, and I love the events anyway. So I did go in and I left all the Pampered Chef groups that we are in that I'm not active in, the brownie pan, the ice cream maker, you know. It really is good information, but come on, we can find that information somewhere else. If you're not on there commenting, participating, posting your recipes, get out. Just get out. And it will raise up your algorithms. You'll have more activity on your personal page.
Huh. Really? That is so interesting.
Well, okay, we're done for today.
We're cleaning the house.
Well, I'm telling you, she's telling me this, and I'm like, what? And I get added to so many groups, just like all of you guys do. You know, all the Lula groups. All the groups that we get added to, Lip Sense, LuLaRoe, Tastefully Simple, 31, all of them. We get added to all this stuff, and if we're not active in them, it's like dead weight pulling down our algorithms.
That makes total sense.
Yeah. Love that. And what a great tip to share with our team members too. And the other piece is what it does is it gets them out of the groups that they're, so if I heard you correctly, it's not that you want to pull yourself out of groups that you're not commenting in.
Yes.
It's not so much that you're just browsing them.
Right.
Because that doesn't do you any good.
Right.
So this will allow, I'm seeing this, passing it along to my team, that it will help with the time wasting.
Yes,
right? Because they go and they read through these groups and they don't interact.
And they're not doing anything.
Right.
And also explain to them that liking a post, like they might go through, they might see something they like and they just click like, or they put a heart on it or whatever. That's just like waving on your way by. It does nothing for them. If they're not physically active commenting in there, they need to get out.
Well, and to add on to that, it's the same on your personal walls too.
Yep,
it's the same thing. If you're just liking people's posts, you're not doing yourself any justice. You need to comment, because remember, the whole goal with Facebook is to build relationships, right?
Yep.
And to stay in touch with people. So a like or a love is not going to do anything for you. And to add, yeah, Sarah, it is like a credit card score or like a credit score, basically.
I like
That's
that.
what I've heard the algorithm, your personal algorithm being compared to is a credit rating, basically.
Yep.
So, the higher your rating, the more visible you are. And the lower your rating, the less visible you are. And so it's just little tweaks that you can make to raise that score up. So
I love that. I love that analogy.
And you will be so surprised. I guess I feel like I was so surprised when I went in there and started, like Becky said, you can give permission to add yourself to a group or something.
Right.
When you're on Facebook on your computer, if you click on groups, all those groups that you didn't accept are listed there.
Yes.
They are pulling down your algorithms. Decline all of them.
Wow.
Yes. So decline those and get out of there, and then go into the groups that you are in and start removing yourself if you're not active.
Like once a week I go in there and I just, any that I've been added to, but no, I'm one of those people though. I mean, I'm on Facebook at least, half the day. No, I'm just joking.
3/4.
Well, not this weekend, that's for sure. But I'm pretty aware of like what I've been added to, so I kind of just do it as I go.
Does that also refer to business pages as well? Is that part of it, or are we just business pages as well?
Yeah, it's anything you're connected to. Like I said, if you think about an umbrella.
Active in.
Yeah, it's you're like an umbrella, basically. Everything is kind of under that umbrella. So you think about your groups, the pages.
Oh my God, I'm going to clear out so much crap.
Well,
I know, I'm so excited when I did it. Suzanne,
it's empowering.
Suzanne, did you have a question about it?
Well, when I have my new consultants start and they're doing all virtual, I have them add me to groups so that I'm the first person that they add, because you have to have somebody into the group to get it started. And I don't usually do anything in those groups. So I'm assuming.
So when the party is over, leave it. Like, is it a party group?
Yeah, because we've always done groups.
Leave it. You don't need to be in there.
Okay.
Or have they converted those groups over? See, what I do is I have my girls, like we throw their virtual party in a group and then we convert that over to their actual business group.
Their VIP.
That's after the first one, yes. But no, these are ongoing parties.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I didn't think of this whole dead weight thing. So.
And honestly, if you convert it over to their VIP page, if she joins your team and you convert it, you still don't need to be in there.
Right. Yep.
Because it's
I like to be there just to help them for like the first 3 to 4 months to build like the community, give them ideas and those kinds of things. But then, I'm peace out of here.
Yeah.
And you know what? The last couple of people, I forgot to tell them we're converting that to the VIP group. Thank you.
So we should share later. You guys keep a running little check
of how many we get rid of.
Yes, I want to see who has the most. That will be fun.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, I didn't keep track of how many I left. I'm sitting here, I'm like,
Diana's like, no way.
Leave group.
Could totally make a competition out of it with your team even.
That's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking.
Well, I have my team meeting tonight, and I will be bringing this up at the team meeting, and we could do that competition. I love it.
So Sarah and Suzanne, you guys missed it. I shared something into our group for us. Our group. Don't leave our group, okay?
Oh no! I'm too active in there. There's no way.
Yeah.
That would be dumb.
Yeah, but see, you just have to decide. Do you participate in the PC Minis page?
The what?
The PC Minis page?
Minis?
Not on that page?
No.
Oh my gosh, that's the page where they put all the mini pies and the mini cakes that they make.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No thanks.
So I love seeing the pictures, but I do nothing in there. So I'm like, okay, Diana, just get out. Just leave.
So I shared a link. It's a training that you guys can watch. There is a new feature. Amy was talking about how in our team groups, she feels like everything's so unorganized, like you can never find anything. We were talking about Diana's outline that she posted for May. And Amy basically felt like she was in information overload on her team page, and then you can't find anything when you're posting everything. So there's another new feature hidden in our groups that they just recently added. And so it's like, I don't know, 45-minute training from one of the party gurus. And it shows you this little feature that basically you can take material that's in your group setting and categorize it. So it's actually, you put it into what they call units. And then, so it's categorized so that then you can kind of share a unit with your team. So if you're doing a booking blitz, you know, you throw all your booking posts under one unit, and then you can share that unit for them to find tons of information on that one particular subject. So it's a really, really good training. I listened to it last week, and so I'm kind of testing it, you know, been working through it. But there's also another feature. Look, you can tell how much this chick's on Facebook. There's another feature in groups in general, like you may not have noticed, you may have noticed it. After you add your post, like, you know, let's say you're doing a virtual party, after you add your post down underneath of the actual post, in your parties, it will let you also categorize now. So maybe I'll make a video, because I wanted to share that with my team. Maybe I'll make a video today and then I'll just share it.
Okay, please do, because this just seems like something more to spend time on.
She's
Yeah.
rubbing her head like, oh.
Yeah, like, okay.
I probably won't do it. So,
Have
well,
you seen my house? Do you see how well I do at categorizing things?
would you really like me to do a panoramic of my house right now?
I
No.
have a team meeting coming. Look at this crap. This is what I have to deal with first.
How far away are you from me? No. I would rather come clean your house than me clean my own.
My
So.
house is clean, actually. I have cleaners that come to it. They get on,
Wow.
like, except for this room. This is the bad room. Everything else is good.
These are the cleaners. There is no cleaner.
Hey,
Sorry,
it's brilliant. I love having the cleaners come. It's brilliant.
One of these days. Well, after I had a $9,000 tax bill, you know.
Oh,
Well,
is
yeah.
that what it was?
Oh yeah, it was $9,000 I owed. It was great.
What did your month turn out to be in April? Because I know you were closing a shit ton of parties.
Right at 10,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have no dates available till July. None.
Becky, rocking it.
Yeah, good for you.
What
I
the-
miss having that kind of personality. I don't know what happened to it.
It was funny because last night I thought my May was booked, and I was kind of scratching off Thursdays, but these two ladies wanted to freaking host a party so bad because they wanted cookware that I opened a Thursday up for one, and then I opened another Thursday up for June. So I actually added 2 more to already filled calendar.
Holy crap. Well, good for you.
But it's millennials. That's what I'm booking. It's millennials.
Well, you're going to have to, like,
You get them drunk, girls. You get them drunk.
I get that part. You gotta get the wine going.
I'm drinking.
Get them to video one of your shows for us so that we can then look at
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Or set up your phone and go live on our team page or on our group.
I could do that. My host last night, she's one of the top pure romance consultants. And you think my personality's big? She's like 20. And she calls me the Becky, hold on, what does she say? I'm the PR of Pampered Chef or something. I don't know what she says. She's crazy anyway. So she actually live streamed my whole show last night. So I'll see if she can share the link so I can upload it and maybe I can post it.
Nice. That would be awesome.
Yeah. But there was like 22 women there last night. I was about to lose my mind.
22 millennials. See, I don't know if I can handle being in a
It
room
was
with
crazy.
millennials.
Bring it
It was
on.
crazy.
So
It was-
actually, that's what I want to share, and I don't have to do it right now. But you're probably doing something, Becky, that I helped at Karen Noble's director leader retreat on the weekend, and I trained on something that this Sonia Stringer that I'm doing the thing with that I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if now's not the right time.
Go for it. I'm getting more coffee.
Okay.
I know, and I do know that Diana had one more thing she
I know,
wanted.
Diana, go
So-
on, because you were like,
Well, I want to hear about Sonia Stringer because I love her.
okay, well, you already know then what I'm going to say, and you can add to it. But go on with what you're saying, because I'm loving your energy. You are like, it's popping through the screen that you're like, ah!
Well, I think I shared, it might have been Yvette that I shared with, or it might have been all of you. I shared that I struggle with a downline director, my only downline director. I struggle with her because her attitude is terrible. She's very negative about everything, and it drives me crazy, and I can't stand it. So I avoid talking to her. And in my heart, I feel like in my head, I feel like I kind of told myself, it is what it is until she's not a director anymore. Because it's not like she's a strong director. It's not like she makes her numbers every month. It's not like she's going to hang around. And so I kind of had a little talk with myself, a little come to Jesus talk, and said, all right, Diana, this was 3 weeks ago. I'm like, I am taking responsibility for this relationship. I'm not serving her because I avoid talking to her. So I know that and she's been on my team for 8 years. I mean, this isn't something that I just now figured out she's got a negative attitude. It's been around the whole time. It's been here the whole time. And so I started every morning, I send her something, just a little picture that's positive, or if I'm listening to a podcast and I love it, I send it to her. Anything that just uplifting, I send it to her. Every single morning I send her something. And do you know, for the last week, she has beat me at doing it. She sends me something every morning.
Oh.
Yes.
Changing energy.
She's excited. She's taking responsibility. Like she did not make her numbers last month, which was a conversation that we had yesterday, but she I can see a change in her, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Not that the negativity never comes through when I talk to her, but I am talking to her at least once a week, physically talking to her, and we text almost every day. And she's really plugging in. She's more active on our team page. She's more active with her team, everything, all of it. And I feel like when I say I'm taking responsibility for our relationship, I also feel like I have to take responsibility for my big personality. And that because I am the leader of our team page, you know, I'm the one that's on there. I'm the one that's in their face, that's showing them everything, that's doing their training, that's, you know, and I have had to take a step back and push her kind of into that. I had her do a training call last week. She was scared. She was so scared. And when I listened, I didn't even get on it. I waited till later to listen to the replay because I did not want to make her nervous. And when I listened to it, I was so like, I could barely get through it because I felt like her tone was really boring, and I thought she wasn't holding their attention and whatever. But I know that she was sweating buckets over there and that she was really struggling. And so I called her the next morning, and I just told her how proud I was of her for doing it. And she just cried. She said, I've never been that scared.
Aww.
And she said, I hope that you give me the opportunity to do it again. I know it was really good.
What a breakthrough. Oh my gosh, Diana.
It was amazing. I'm going to cry thinking about it. I'm just so proud of her. I am so proud of her. So excited for her.
Sometimes we just need someone to believe in us before we can believe in ourselves.
That's exactly what was going through my head, that what a great example of showing her what you wanted and caring. So really what you were showing was you were caring about her. Yeah. You weren't trying to make her do anything. You were just caring about her.
Yep.
Know the way, show the way.
She wanted to do that training call. She was like, she said, I just don't think I can. I don't think I can talk to all of them. And I'm like, Melissa, you walk into a room full of people and do a cooking show. You know, if you had 20 people showing up at your cooking show, you'd be super duper excited. Now you're talking to your team that's producing income for you. You want to get on there and just talk to them and act like you're on a show. She struggled through it, but it was her first time.
It's the first time.
And she did it. Oh my God, she did it. And, you know, I'm just so proud and amazed. So proud.
It kind of brings me back. I have my top virtual consultant on my team, Tiffany. She does on average like $3,000, $3,500 a month in virtual parties. And for the longest time, so she's been with me for a year now, and I've been trying to get her to recruit. Like, I know once she starts recruiting, she is going to be like on fire, right? And so she, all along, she's got like the wall up, doesn't want to do it. And she doesn't want to do it because of experiences she's seen me go through as a leader with other team members. It's kind of pushed her off a little bit. And so this past month, I met this girl at a party. I was recruiting her, but I had this epiphany, and I was like, you know what? Because this girl wanted to be a virtual consultant only. And I said, you know what? I have a, like something in my gut telling me to do this. So I talked to the girl, the potential first, and I said, hey, I have a really, strange question to ask you. So I asked her, I said, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I do virtual parties. I'm not the best. I'm not the best at training on virtual parties. I said, but I have this rock star in my team that's absolutely amazing. And I said, would you be opposed to signing up under her so that she can provide training to you, right? So I talked to her, and the consultant was like, oh my God. She was like, you would do that for your team members? Like, I can't believe you would even give a personal recruit to a team member. I'm like, absolutely. I said, and I explained to her the whole, a little bit of the situation about Tiffany. And so I called Tiffany, then I'm like, Tiffany, so I have this brilliant idea. And she was like, oh Lord, I'm scared. And I said, I have somebody that wants to sign up, but she wants to become a virtual consultant. And she's like, and I said, and I'm thinking that we should sign her up under you. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so scared. She's like, but let's do it. We'll do it. I am telling you what, the girl has blown my mind this month, has absolutely blown my mind. Both of them together have just blown my mind. And Tiffany's like, I'm recruiting. She is like, she said, there's something that's switched on. She said, and me, because her consultant now has like submitted 2 shows and she's close to qualifying. And she is like, it's such a great feeling knowing I'm helping somebody else. And that's what I was trying to get her to see the whole time, is that I believed in her. Now she has the belief in herself. Look, I get goosebumps. Ooh. But that's, Diana, I'm so with you. That's awesome. That is awesome.
I know. I'm so excited for her. And I feel like I just learned myself, I do not want to cast a shadow over any of them.
Sometimes stepping back is stepping forward.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
True story.
Absolutely.
So what were you going to share, Miss Suzanne?
Well, it was interesting because at the training that I did, it was on building team culture. And the part that they liked the most had to do with, so Sonia Stringer, one of the things that she's been talking about is a little bit of profiling your audience. And so, and how I had them do this actually worked out brilliantly, because I really didn't tell them why I was having them do it. So what I did is, at whatever age you were when you decided to start with Pampered Chef, so if you're in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s, kind of keep that in mind, but write down, a few of the words, 3 or 4 of the words that really resonated for you, why you wanted to be a Pampered Chef consultant. And I know you're like, we do this all the time and it's always the same things. But what was really, really interesting, what Sonia Stringer has been saying in the thing is that 20-year-olds, the millennials, the young millennials, they're less interested in money and they're more interested in doing good. That they want to make a difference. They want what they're doing to make a difference. Making money, they want to get paid for what they're doing, but that is not the number one thing. It's not about paying debt. It's about making a difference. Right. So, and then the 30-year-olds are usually into, now they've started families, they've got little kids. Now the reasons to do Pampered Chef, the buzzwords that work for them are the making money for your family. So now it's really about money. I need extra money and I need it for my family. What I can do with that money for my family. It's not about trips, because when you talk about trips to people with little kids, the first thought is not, oh my God, I get to go on a trip. The first thought is, what the heck am I going to do with the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay? So trips are kind of like, the 20-year-olds are interested in that. 30-year-olds, not so much. Again, age doesn't matter so much as where you are in the kid producing cycle. She doesn't put it this way. I'm putting it this way. 40-year-olds, the words that matter more to them are trips, flexibility, extra income is again down to not being quite so important. Oh, 30-year-olds also want things for free. The free matters.
Yeah, because they have kids.
I can get products, I can get things for free. So free is important. 40-year-olds, getting together with people again, that flexibility, those words matter. And then the 50-year-olds and above, It's not about, again, it's not necessarily, it's more like the 20-year-olds. We want to be making a difference. If we don't feel like we're making a difference, we're like, enough, not doing it. I'm old enough to say no to the things that don't help me. Right? So, and then the 50s and 60-year-olds are also interested in the extra income for retirement.
Right.
So when you talk about, because now you're looking forward and now you're like, okay, I need to be putting a little bit more money aside for that. And travel again becomes a bigger thing, because if somebody else will pay for me to go for traveling, I'm all in. And I don't have little kids that I have to worry about trying to farm out. So when I had them do this, and if your team is big enough that this will work, we had 12 people, I guess. It was brilliant because I didn't tell them any of what I just told you. I had them write it down, and I said, okay, who is 20 when they start? So the 20-year-olds, it was exactly what I told you. All of those words were what they said. And so the 30-year-olds who have the little kids who are like desperate to get out of the house and away from them, the one, she's like, oh my God, that's why she couldn't connect with a group of like 40-year-olds, because she's talking from a mom with little kids and talking all that and not talking to her audience.
Absolutely.
So
Makes sense.
it makes so much sense, and it's part of where, and we know this, right? We know to talk to our audience, but having in the forefront the words that resonate for them. This was everything, what I paid Sonia Stringer, that was worth the money. Just for that.
Well, I know personally, does anybody feel like when they go to do a cooking show, we're so scripted sometimes? You know what you're going to say for your opening, what you're going to, every word you're going to talk about with each and every single product, what your closing is going to be like. I think we've become too scripted that we do have to let loose a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well, the 20-year-olds want us to be spontaneous.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The older millennials and the 40-year-olds, we're okay with the scripted because we're used to that.
Yeah. So maybe that's where it is. Maybe that's exactly.
You've loosened up and you're like, going with it.
You guys see me at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Imagine me at night.
Suzanne, do you have that written up, the age stuff?
No, it was actually, I'm sorry, I don't.
Should have asked before you started, because I didn't take notes.
Oh, well, you can think about it. Like it kind of makes sense, and try it if you have your group together, or even if you're doing a virtual. Just don't tell them what it's all about, but just they'll think you're getting to their whys. And this was when we did a recap at the end of this 2 days. That was the thing that they were all like, oh my gosh, that was the part that blew their mind. And I'm like, I actually didn't plan on that. That kind of led from, I also did the whole Elevate thing. You guys were at Elevate, right? Where you can do the quick and dirty disc temperament thing. I know. Quick and dirty disc thing. Where you say, would you be at the front of the room as an outgoing person, or would you be at that part of the room as more reserved? And then this way, this side of the room, if you are task oriented, and this side of the room if you are people oriented. And that's how you get to your DISC, D-I-S-C. And I had also had them do that, which I had them do last year, but there were some new people. And that combined with the extra words seemed to really resonate for them. So yeah, no, I didn't write it up. It was kind of spontaneous.
I bet one of us could, though, because I think that, this would be a really great training.
Oh, I just realized it was recorded. So
well, that too.
What time is it? It happened at 10:35.
Like right. But even still, I personally am one that if I can see it in a post rather than have to find it in a video.
I can't type it up today. I got this.
I'll do it.
No.
I have time.
I wrote the notes down. You're going to get it, Becky?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, because I wrote briefly.
Well, I really didn't give you a lot. It's really not about they're small tweaks.
Mm-hmm.
It's really small tweaks of recognizing where somebody is in their life and what the business could do for them given where they're at.
What I'm looking at is when I do for our virtual opportunities, we do stories, and I have the stories of a variety of consultants. And so I'm thinking that I need to take a look at them and see whether I appeal to the virtual and the home party and different age ranges and different lifestyles, but I want to take a look, dig a little deeper and look at the languaging to see if there's any languaging to change.
Yep. Yep. And the 120-year-old that was at this, one true 20-year-old, she was 26, who was at this, she had started, and she reached out to Jen to say, tell me more about this business opportunity, because her fiance, yeah, it's another woman, but do you still use fiance?
Yep.
Had been to a party and was excited to cook. And so she was intrigued by something that would cause somebody to go from, I don't want to cook, to, I'm excited about this. And so there was the difference for her, that she was like, that's my cat. Yeah, he's an older dude, so he
Sorry,
goes
I didn't
around
mean
howling all the time, and I'm like,
I
knock
didn't-
it
I
off.
didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I was wondering the same thing.
somebody's dying over there, and I'm ignoring them.
Funny.
So anyway, that really struck, what she had to say really, really illuminated what we're missing for the 20-year-olds. It's about making the difference.
Yeah. It's value of time. It's there's just lots of things, like they want fun.
Yep.
All right, what else? Who else?
Well, I did the thing that scared me, and I went live, and
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you're still alive.
I'm still alive. No, the thing was, I had to move stuff around in my kitchen. Then I had to find all the products which were not in my kitchen because they're in my kit, and I had to move them out there. And it's like, ah! But I streamed it live into the host's Facebook feed, which I had no idea you could do that. You guys know that, right? If you're on your profile, if you tag them, it goes into their profile at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Okay, so maybe I don't know what you're doing. I know.
Yeah. So this wasn't in a party?
No, I struggled with how I was going to do this, and I was going to do it that I streamed it into my VIP group, and how I originally set it up was that post about I need 5 hosts for this.
Right.
And I was going to do it into my VIP group, and I gave them all the words to invite people to my VIP group. I thought this would do 2 things. It would boost the number of people in my VIP group. It would introduce some new people, blah, blah, blah. And then I had the brilliant idea of, okay, instead of being added to a group that you don't want to go to, I gave them the link to the VIP group and said, if you'd like to participate, click on this link to join the group. It's an invitation, right? 1 person did. So I'm like, crap, that's not going to work. That doesn't help at all. So then it was on our exec director page, Carla. I think it was Carla who pointed this. So if I streamed it into my profile, like my regular page, as you go live, if you tag people, it then streams onto theirs.
Did not know that.
I didn't either. This was like, whoa.
So that was doing it from your personal page.
You have to do it from your personal page, because if you do it from within a group, you can tag them, but it may not stream out onto theirs. I don't think it will. Right. Now, here's the other part that I did, because some of you are going, well, wait, I didn't see that streaming that you did. When you click, there's that little thing on who this can be seen by. Mm-hmm. They've made it a lot like you guys are all categorized as other PC people. So I had it go to everybody except my categorized people who are other PC people.
Oh.
Okay. I love that. You know,
I love
No,
that
I love
too.
that. I love that because I stopped going live on my personal page because the majority of people that were watching it were PC people. And like, you're not my target audience.
Exactly.
Sorry, that.
So that, and I don't have everybody, not everybody has joined my VIP group.
No.
So now it's a matter of going through all of the people and categorizing them.
And you guys know how to do that, right? When you first friend somebody.
Well, yeah, but we're now in the post friend.
I know. And
I have tons of friends that I'm gonna have to go through, and so not only am I removing myself from groups, and I've
Well,
lost.
you don't have to do it.
Categorizing your friends list, you're removing yourself from groups.
But you don't have to do that. Like I started doing this a while ago, and then I had Friel Yen saw my video, and I'm like, shit, she's not in that category. Apparently, I didn't categorize.
Yeah, and that's what I'll do because I can't. I'm not gonna spend the time going through.
Yeah, you do it going forward, or you do it
Right.
when you're actually talking to that person, and you can go, okay. Like I have a group of local people. So if I have a new person that friends me and they're local, and there's something that I want to go out just to local people, that's who I send it to.
Yeah, I just
So
have not been good at that.
It's really
categorization.
powerful. So there you go, guys. There for the whole year, there's my thing for you. Okay,
And you're targeting your audience.
I've been
Yeah.
feeling very deficient that I haven't given you anything good. But if you're liking this, this is good.
But can I add on this? Just like the groups, right? Just like the groups, how they drag you down score-wise. Guess what? Your friends do too. If you have too many friends that you're not engaging with, it also carries your algorithm down.
Yes.
Well,
It's the same thing.
yeah, well, but I'm not going to kick off people. I'm not going to kick off my friends.
Well, how many PC peeps, though, do you not interact
Oh my
with?
God.
The
sorry.
look on Yvette's face just now was priceless.
Because we're recording, so I'm not going to swear, but I cannot stand when somebody creates this, pick a piece of cookware that you want, that you'd
Oh
like.
my God, it drives me nuts.
And then there are 54 of them that show up in my feed. That's when I start unfollow.
Use for 30 days.
But see, that's where if they're sending something out like that, they should accept, you say, you do it as a custom thing.
Yep.
And like send it to everybody except these groups. And I thought you could only they also improved this, that it's more than one category of people you can exclude from this going out to. So
Charlotte, Charlotte Nagai.
Yeah,
I
So
had
she
to
set up
unfollow
her
her.
filters. She set up her filters like a year ago because she's got her X-rated friends, which I'm a part of. We get to see all that crazy stuff. So she did it like a year ago, and it was genius. It was the same thought. She doesn't want to, post material that are going to alienate somebody. It's a great idea. It's definitely a great idea.
yeah, that's why I had 2 profiles back in, I still have, but because there's some stuff that I really don't want to go out to the rest of the world. But now you can do it this way anyway.
And I want to add that you can go live. The other thing you can do is you can go live in your on your page and then broadcast into different groups and events.
But you have to do it from another
Yep.
device.
Page.
Yeah.
yeah, you have multiple devices.
Yeah, and that's where I didn't have to. I tried this because
Yeah, I like this.
I didn't have to then.
Just because my brain is going several different directions here. What about going live on your page and having your hosts share it to their event?
That's actually what one of my hosts did because she wasn't seeing it immediately. And then it was there twice because I tagged her. And you're absolutely right. That would be great. 2 of my hosts weren't going to be home at that time.
Okay.
So I just broadcast directly.
Right.
But you're right. Sharing it then makes it look like they want that to be happening.
Well, because then it's coming from her. And so
Yes.
more of her friends will actually see that more people that are in her party will actually see the post, because it'll say, you know, Yvette shared
Yep.
Suzanne Young's video.
Yeah, and the thing is, these ones were not set up as groups. They didn't want to do anything more than participate with the live demo. So,
I'm just thinking that that's a brilliant way to do, you know, it's another way to do virtual parties without having to do all the posting.
yep.
Is you say, I do once a week, I do a video, and I can live broadcast.
Yep.
Well, that's what Carla was saying, that she teaches her new people to
Oh.
find a host a week and for the live broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of live going on, and it is. I mean, you think about all of the issues that we have for groups, you have for events, the algorithms, the blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I'd rather go live, but that's
Well,
just my.
maybe I will now that I managed to do it.
So how did your shows go? How were your shows?
So far, there's not a lot of sales happening in it. However, they were very confused as to it was done really quickly. So I don't even have catalogs to them yet. So I'm going to get some catalogs to them. One for sure, she won't do anything more. The other one, she probably will. So it was more that I did it than the results at the moment.
Yep.
And I found out something, and I'm more excited about it. I'm more excited about the virtual parties because they have been dragging me down in my head. I don't want to do it. But now I'm like, okay, I like this.
Their work.
So does anybody have the down low, the connections, Becky, about this new platform that Pampered Chef is testing out?
It is not available yet.
I know that.
Yeah, they don't have a timeline yet. There's not a timeline because they're testing. So I don't know if they're working directly with Facebook as far as, you know, all of the logistics or what's going on. But I'm waiting to hear back.
I thought
What's that?
Sweet was off of Facebook.
Well, but there's still parts that are connected to it though. There's still like, as far as like technology goes, there's still going to be some kind of connection between the two.
Yeah, I would think that it would have to be to get their guests from Facebook to this.
Yeah, because
Well,
so many people don't know how to reach anybody except
Right.
through Facebook.
yeah.
And I can't see Facebook allowing something to go off of there.
No.
Right.
I mean, because I was watching a training with Chanda, and this was before this whole groups and event thing hit the fan, and she was talking about, you know, don't go on YouTube, use Facebook video or whatever. And I said, aren't you concerned about this being a monopoly?
Right.
And I deleted my comment because it wasn't well received. But it's a little scary that you can, you know, I'm sorry, but I think that's something for us to be concerned about. I think we need to.
We have to find other ways.
Yes.
So I'll tell you back, like, I don't know, it's probably been, well, when I ever first got my Zoom account, I've done Zoom parties before.
Mm-hmm.
And they were pretty successful.
Yep.
It's just, again, I think that it depends on your target audience. You know, if you've got the 20s to 30s, they're going to be a little bit more inept with technology. It's easier for them to get on and figure it out than the older crowds. So another option that actually I'm getting ready to try is to stream live from YouTube. And then you would just have to give them the link to go to YouTube and they could watch from there. That's something else I'm going to be trying here soon. Because I agree, there's got to be, you have to have a different way. Like Facebook.
You have to have other avenues.
Yeah,
Yep.
Facebook can't be the only answer.
The only danger I see with all of this is, Becky, you're really up on technology, and for our teams, right?
Yeah.
We say to more people, oh my God, you have to stream live from YouTube, where people are still going, I don't know what a YouTube channel is.
Right.
And next it's like, we're going to be streaming into Instagram. And I have to admit, Instagram is not the one that I don't know anything about.
Oh, I love Instagram.
I don't know why. Like my kids use Snapchat, so it's all Snapchat. And,
Right.
you know, I send videos through Snapchat, but I don't know how to do that for my business.
So again, I think that that's where that connection needs to be made, like with our teams in those age groups, like you're talking about. The
Yeah.
20s and 30s, they prefer to actually not be on Facebook. They would rather be on Instagram and YouTube.
Yep.
So I think that that's the perfect kind of platform going forward with them. Whereas the older, you know, the 40s, the 50s, it's a little bit easier to work from Facebook. So I think that having options for people to choose from is going to be really important. You know, you can train on all kinds and let people kind of decide. I think for us as leaders, it's really, you know, knowing or educating ourselves so that we can give people options, because we want everybody to be successful, but we want them to find their own niche. You know, they've got to find their way that's going to make it work. Like me, I get too frustrated. I mean, I've done virtual parties for what, 3 or 4 years now. And, you know, I'm just, gosh, I'd rather do 12 cooking shows in one night than do one virtual party, because they just drive me crazy. Like, I need to engage with people. I need to interact with people. I can't stand the copy and paste. To me, it's so impersonal.
Yeah.
So that's why I started going live into my parties, because, you know, so I would create a group. I'll do 2 days of pre-posts. Me and the host will actually schedule when I'm going live. I'll set a poll up, basically let everybody choose the date and time for the actual live broadcast. I'll do the live broadcast 2 days of party or post after, and then I close my party up, you know. So I've been doing that for the last 4 months, and I've been averaging right around 450 in sales with each party. So my parties increased, but I'm also personally getting, you know, a satisfaction out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are you doing as far as, are you going live at like 6:30 like you would do a normal party, or are you going live at 8:30 at night?
Whatever time we decide on, I just make it work for my lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I kind of look at my calendar and see, you know, what I've got going on schedule wise. If I have nothing going on my calendar, then they have pretty much the option, and that's what I'll give them, either like dinner time. So as I'm prepping dinner, or at nighttime, you know, like 8:30, that's when I do a lot of meal prep. I'm a huge meal prepper in my house. So I give meal prep tips. Like if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a couple of my live streams that I've done that I've uploaded there. So one of them was actually cooking dinner. One of them was meal prepping. And so again, that kind of works age group wise, you know, where are they falling? If they're the 30, the 40 years old, they're really into meal prepping, right, for their families. Whereas the younger crowd, you know, it's maybe the fun side of it. So a fun recipe. But it's just really the communication, I think, with the host is what's important to kind of decide what they want out of the experience of it. But I just know that we can't like rely on Facebook for our businesses. It's just not going to go anywhere. You know, it's not.
You're correct, because they control
Absolutely
so much of what we're doing. We have no control over it.
No, I mean, think about it. There's, you know, how many virtual consultants we have in the company right now. And if Facebook decides, hey, you can't party in events, you can't party in groups. Well, from the business standpoint, okay, I'm a business owner with Pampered Chef, but I'm also a past, you know, like retail manager. So I can see this, I can picture it. They're not making any money off of us having parties and utilizing their services, right? It doesn't make any financial sense for them to allow it to continue. None. Before they start charging for you to use their services. You know, and that's why really when you look at why SenseShare and why Post My Party and all of these other posting platforms, that's why they're taking that away. SenseShare is making money, Post My Party is making money, and they aren't making squat off of it.
Yep. Oh,
that doesn't make financial sense for a business, you know?
And then YouTube is now, what did I see that YouTube now is moving to a paid platform as well?
Yeah, there's going to be some parts of it that are going to be paid platforms. You can live stream. Like I've been a YouTube subscriber now for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. And basically you have kind of a rating within YouTube before they'll let you live stream from your page. So you have to have, I don't know how many subscribers it is initially, or how many posts or how many uploads you have to have before they let you. I'll have to look into all the like logistics of it, but.
No, they let you right away, because I just set
that's something that
just a couple.
That's going to be changing then. That's going to be changing.
And when I tried to do the live stream thing, and it said you have to wait you had to like confirm something, you have to wait 24 hours to do a live stream.
Right.
When
Yeah.
you said you upload some of your live streams, are those uploads from Facebook?
Yeah. So I save, like, download it, capture it, and then upload it to YouTube.
Can you do that after you've done it, or you?
Well,
Yeah.
when you,
Yeah,
no,
go at
you,
the end.
you do it before you, when you do a live video on your device, your phone or your iPad, before you hit done or post, when you're at the end of your video, there's a little like arrow up at the top right hand corner that you click that and it actually saves it to your device as a video.
But
Well,
there's another way to do it.
Also,
Yeah,
there-
I haven't done that, so I can't ever upload any of those?
Yes, you can. You
Yes.
can. Yeah.
How?
There's any video you've ever posted onto a group, onto I'll post. Charlotte did a video of how you can convert it.
Okay.
So basically you go into it, you open it, you change the URL at the top. It lets you save it then, and then you can upload it still.
If you have that instructional video
Yes,
of hers,
you
that
can
would
tell
be,
us how to do that.
thank
Gotcha.
you.
Yep.
Effort indebted.
Yeah.
Because as you say, that's an area that I definitely have not used enough. And we do have to, there's changes ahead with Facebook, and we have to be
Proactive.
flexible and know now. Yep.
Yeah, and so the other thing that I've done, like on my YouTube channel, I have two different, oh my God, my brain just went completely blank. Two different pictures basically I've made. So if my customers or my team is looking for training or products, I have two different like thumbnails that I've made. And they both, like, one is business oriented and one is team oriented, so that they know, I just click the yellow ones for, my team trainings and whatnot. And then the other one has my business information on it. So if anybody watches, they, then they have my ordering link and all that stuff.
oh. All right, I have to get to work.
Yeah, yeah.
This is work.
Me too. I have
This is work.
Work.